You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Well, man, Kevin Stefanski is catching a lot of heat for yesterday's post-game press conference after the Cleveland Browns beat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-10 on a historical performance by Shedeur Sanders. Kevin Stefanski has not yet committed to Shedeur. But we got to talk about all that here next, right after this. Well, guys, man, Kevin Stefanski, man, just basically told us, man, that Shedeur Sanders is not going to be starting next week against the San Francisco 49ers. He was asked the question, and he kind of just said, nah, he's going to take his time. But I find that kind of odd because as soon as Dylan Gabriel, plays, and then after the game, they asked him the question. He was like, Dylan Gabriel is our starter for next week, and he is fully not prepared to commit to Shedeur Sanders. After Shedeur Sanders' historical performance yesterday against the Las Vegas Raiders when they won 24-10, and Shedeur Sanders passed for 11 for 20 with 209 yards, 1 TD, and 1 pick. And he did some great things out there. He showed what the organization needs in a quarterback, just like Shedeur Sanders said. They found their guy, and people that want him to fail, it's not going to happen. Shedeur Sanders went to Las Vegas, and he balled out. And it was a historical performance. And the reason why I say it's a historical performance, because that was the first rookie quarterback in Cleveland Browns history to win his starting debut. Now, with that being said, Shedeur Sanders complimented that lights out defense yesterday. Shedeur Sanders improvised. Shedeur Sanders got off script, dropped a bomb to Isaiah Bond for 53 yards. He threw the touchdown screenplay to Dylan Sampson. Also, he threw a nice little 40-yard pass to Jerry Jeudy, but Jerry Jeudy tried to get cute and high step, and he lost the ball. But overall, Shedeur Sanders balled out just like he said. And now Kevin Stefanski is hell-bent on not starting Shedeur against the San Francisco 49ers. Kevin Stefanski is a joke right now. I don't understand what his play is on this, because Shedeur Sanders showed everybody that he's an elite quarterback, and you give him first team reps and give him repetitions and he can perform. But it seemed to me that Kevin Stefanski got to the post-game press conference and he acted like he was the losing coach, the way he was talking. Like he tried to downplay everything Shedeur did. He gave credit to the center. He gave credit to the blocking. He gave credit to everybody else but Shedeur. And when the guy asked him a question, I think it was Tony Grossi, you could barely hear, is Shedeur Sanders going to be your starter for next week against the San Francisco 49ers? He said, I'm going to take my time like I always do. No, you don't take your time, because as soon as the game is over and the games that Dylan Gabriel has played, you came out and told us that Dylan Gabriel is going to be the starter for next week. You even tried to say Dylan Gabriel is going to be the starter against the Las Vegas Raiders when he was in concussion protocol. So something ain't right. It ain't right. It's starting to be abundantly clear that Kevin Stefanski does not want to see Shedeur Sanders succeed as a Cleveland Brown. It was the time that he dropped the bomb to Isaiah Bond, and he took Shedeur Sanders out the game to give Judkins that wildcat, which I thought was diabolical, because Shedeur Sanders just put up a special play, got him down to the 2-yard line, and you didn't even give a chance for Shedeur to perform in the red zone, because every time he got you in the red zone, what did you do? You ran the wildcat. So it's something ain't right. He don't want to announce Shedeur as the starting quarterback. But we're going to listen to what Kevin Stefanski had to say in the press conference. And before we do that, we partnered up with Underdog Fantasy, and this is a word from our sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the easiest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, Pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some serious cash. Use my promo code SBD23 and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow Simply Ball Dropping as I share my picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code SBD23 on Underdog Fantasy. Well, guys, with that being said, man, let's take a listen to what Kevin Stefanski had to say, but just brace yourself because this is just downright diabolical. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Some of the things that you see during the week, but just always want these guys to get, one day better. Yeah, those were, we talk about playing clean, and we really gave them two balls there with the interception. And really, Jerry's a better player than that to know those guys are always coming from behind. So we have to be better there. We have to play clean in that giveaway column there, and that's going to hold you back. And especially, Jerry made a huge play for us, so we have to come away with points there, 7 if not 3. But that'll be a main focus for all of our guys. And when you're playing, especially on the road, and you're playing good teams. When we're playing a good team next week, you have to play clean. You got to try to win that turnover margin. Yeah, obviously, this team did a nice job of loading those boxes, and we have to run efficiently even versus those, Tony. But there were opportunities in the back end, and obviously getting that play off of scramble drill was huge, the one to IB. I mean, that's a great play for us in that moment when we're outmanned to be able to escape and make that throw. And then, the play to Samp, I thought, obviously, great individual effort by Samp, but the blocking on the perimeter was so key, and that was something that we talked about all week, how important on that play and a bunch of those perimeter plays, the blocking was going to be important. I thought, I can think of Sed and Harold and Dave were out there blocking on the perimeter, did a really nice job. Yeah, we felt confident in our guys. I think I told you guys last week, we trust our guys. We trust our guys to go make plays, and that there were plays to be had. There's always room for improvement, and that's what we focus on in our building. That's our guys have the right attitude to find ways to improve. But obviously, when you can make plays down the field, it opens up everything. No, we had a couple. Third quarter, it seemed to be an epidemic there on our side with offense, defense, and special teams getting penalties. But I thought by and large operation was good. And I have to credit, it's nice having a veteran center when you have rookie quarterbacks playing in there that you can really lean on. Ethan Posick, he did a great job as well with Shedeur.
It seemed like Shedeur was really comfortable. Isaiah, Harold, Dylan, is there something to the fact that those were kind of the guys that he came into the league with? He got to work with a lot during the offseason, then he was using that first day.
I think potentially, he's had a lot of reps with Gage throughout the spring and summer. Obviously, when you're working Harold, not as much, but Harold and IB on those two plays in particular, like those are very trustworthy players. Those are guys that you feel confident as a quarterback that they're going to be where they're supposed to be. I thought Harold was outstanding. His run after catch showed up in this game. Yeah, I'm always going to take my time and do what's best for the football team.
Now, you heard what Kevin Stefanski had to say, man. And right now, Kevin Stefanski is a joke. Mary Kay Cabot asked him a direct question about Shedeur Sanders. He said, I always have confidence in my guys. The question was about Shedeur Sanders. This is what I'm talking about, the hopscotching and the pussyfooting around certain direct questions. Now, also, they just asked him at the end about starting quarterback next week. He said, I'm going to take my time like I always do. Kevin Stefanski, you don't take your time. What you do, as soon as the game is over, you will come out and say, Dylan Gabriel is my starting quarterback next week. Shedeur Sanders just put up a historical performance, because I say historical because of what happened, the magnitude of what happened yesterday. the first rookie quarterback in Cleveland in 45 years to get a victory. Decades. And you tell me that you're not committed to Shedeur Sanders. That's why you get all the heat that you get, Kevin Stefanski, because of stuff like this. And it's becoming abundantly clear that something ain't right. The disdain, dislike, and not wanting Shedeur Sanders to succeed as a Cleveland Brown. Guys, y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about today's video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Turn your post notifications on. Post a comment. And make sure you subscribe. Just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And I see everybody in the comment section. #salute. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Super Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic. We're going to catch you on that.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.